That's a Simon. This is Wrestling Unlimited, as it is the 20th of April, 2025, and tonight was night 2 of WrestleMania. Now, I'm a little torn because I know I'm going to get the question from you guys in the chat. Which night did you think was better? Which night did you think was better? And I'm a little torn because it's like, okay, when I'm looking and I have the results from both shows written down right here on my notebook. So I can see right here. It's like, so night 1, Gunther and Jay was a pretty good match. I wouldn't call it great. New Day and War Raiders was just there. Jade and Naomi was just there. Fatu and LA Knight was actually really, really good. Americano and Phoenix was pretty good. Stratton and Flair was interesting. We had that amazing main event. Then you go into tonight. You have the Women's World Championship 3-way that opened up the show. That was fantastic. Drew and Priest, damn good. The 4-way for the Intercontinental title, really, really, really good. Randy Orton versus Joe Hendry. Ho, ho, ho. Like, the match is short, but Joe Hendry, that was awesome. And I'm going to pull up the times for all these matches, too, off the Wikipedia. I didn't get times myself. And then we have the women's, AJ and Logan. Wasn't bad. It was okay. Won't call it great or anything. Women's tag title match, same thing. Yeah, we had the return of Becky Lynch and whatnot, but it was okay. Really, only like 8 minutes, which is very shocking and was so short. And then Cena and Cody. 21 minutes, and I felt like it never got out of second gear, if even getting into second gear. I feel like this match kind of just coasted through. It felt flat almost the whole way. So, no, I did not, Santo. I never said The Rock was showing up, ever. So you can go to hell with that one. Don't call me wrong or a liar. His comment is, Tim, you said 2 weeks ago, The Rock going to show up. You lie again. Show me. Okay, you telling me that I'm a liar? Show me exactly. Give me the video and the timestamp of where 2 weeks ago I said that. And if I'm wrong, I'll give you $50. Just show me, where did I say for a fact The Rock is showing up? Now, did I predict The Rock could show up? Or did I say maybe The Rock's going to show up at Mania? If that's the case, that's just me spitballing an idea and predicting. I never said for a fact The Rock will be at Mania. I never once said that. Now, actually, all you guys that have been shitting on Meltzer since, November, December, may need to give Dave an apology. When Dave said, Rock informed the company he's not working Mania, may not even be there at all, but he's not working a match. And Rock wasn't there at all. Rock was not even backstage. So, you want to call me a liar? How about you're a liar for making shit up? Because I never said Rock was definitely gonna show up. Did I maybe predict it? Did I say, hey, here's how I would do it? I probably did. Luke and I probably fantasy book something. But I never once said Rock showing up for sure. I never once said, The Rock will be there, guarantee it. Put your money on it. No, never said anything like that. If you want to call me a liar, maybe you need to look at yourself. Who's the real liar here, bub? But when looking at it, I would say night 2 is probably the better night overall. Night 1 had the better main event. But overall, I think night 2 had more better matches. He says, do you want to check a 2-week ago video? We already know you said that. Okay, if you can't tell me exactly when and where and what video I said it in, that's how I know you're lying. If you can't tell me what video it was 2 weeks ago, who knows what video that is? You know how many videos I do a week? More than I can count sometimes. Sometimes I do 6, 7 a day. Sometimes I do so many. So, yeah. We got others here saying, Jordan said I never said it. Espinosa said I never said it. So, yeah. You can fuck off with that lie. Call me a liar. You can look at yourself in the mirror, liar. But, yeah. I would say night 2 was probably overall the better night. Had the worst main event. I did not like Rock and Cody. Or Cena and Cody. But I did pop huge for Joe Hendry. Popped big, even though I assumed it. Dom winning the IC title. Dom turned babyface tonight. Shit you not. Dom turned babyface. That was wild. So Dom wins the belt. They pop. Dom runs up the ramp to leave. They're cheering so much he runs back down to celebrate one more time. He then shows up on the the post-show panel, and they're chanting, "Dirty, dirty Dom, dirty, dirty Dom, dirty, dirty Dom," or "You deserve it, you deserve it." Like they're chanting, "You deserve it" to Dom. He stands up with the belt like this, and they're like, "Ah!" Fucking, I don't know if it's just the people in Vegas or if Dom just turned babyface. Friggin', I think it was Triple H even said it. Who would have thought Dominic Mysterio wins the title here and maybe he's had a babyface turn? But that was the big shocker. Not Dom winning the belt, because I said for weeks, put the belt on Dom. When this match is announced as a 4-way, I said, you really want to see something? You put the belt on Dom. I thought it was going to be the other way of people are going to boo him out of the building in a good way. Like, oh, Dom won. Let's boo real loud. No, instead it's let's cheer for him, which is weird. But the street fight was really good. Maybe a little better, actually, than I was expecting. And then Io, Bianca, and Rhea freaking killed it. Match of the night, without a doubt. Was it match of the weekend as far as both nights of Mania? I'm not sure if I liked, and this is just my opinion. Anybody else can think their own way, and that's what I always love to preface here. I'm not somebody that's going to be like, oh, this is what I say, and you got to think like me. There are other podcasters out there that say that. Oh, if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. No. I'm going to tell you what I liked, and if you don't agree, tell me what you thought was better or different, and we can discuss it. I'm not going to debate anybody, because your opinion is your opinion. But I'm not over here, oh, I put X amount of stars on a match, and I'm not shitting on Dave for this, but I put X amount of stars on a match. That means it's the gospel. I've never thought anybody else's opinion was the gospel. I still don't understand why everyone puts so much stock into Dave's star ratings. It's one man's opinion. Everybody is entitled to have their own opinion. They can like and dislike whatever they want and go from there. For people to get mad at Dave for it, that's what baffles my ass. Like, okay, you don't agree with Dave. Dave gave an Ospreay match 5.5 stars. You don't think it was a 5.5 star match. Okay, whatever. You don't have to agree. But you shouldn't get your whole panties in a tizzy. You shouldn't ruin your day and your life over it. You shouldn't get so mad that you got, oh, I gotta hate tweet Dave. Oh, I gotta hate tweet Dave because, ooh, I don't agree. Why didn't Kurt Angle ever get a 5-star match? Because he didn't see something that he thought was a 5-star match from Kurt Angle. And for people to get so butthurt about it that it affects their fucking life, God, some people need to get a life. Anyways, match of the night, or match of the weekend for me, I think was the Punk Rollins Reigns match. And then Io, Bianca, and Rhea, very, very, very close second. But with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of 2 different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you did right here for Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember to help us out over on YouTube. You can do that by hitting the, hitting the subscribe button. That way you know we post new videos. That way you know we go live, and that way you know we post to the community tab. Also, remember, if you want to support us in another way, you can do so by hitting the join button and becoming a channel member. Whether you're a channel member on YouTube or subscribing over at patreon.com/PWU Unlimited, we greatly appreciate it, because we are a mainly community-funded channel and business. We can't do this without your guys' support. We can't keep that light and that light and that light and that light and those lights on without your guys' support, and we really do appreciate it. You guys get stuff from us as well. Emails and emojis you can use in the live chat, our graphics packages, which I will be putting together and giving to you guys for our WrestleMania stuff this week. I know I've kind of been lacking on that. I think I'm going to dump them all this week, but you will get Revolution, Dynasty, and again, I've been slacking on these, but you guys will get our Revolution, our Dynasty, our Elimination Chamber, and our WrestleMania packs this week. And then remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. Also, remember to head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PW Unlimited at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. And let me turn this down. I'm a little loud, actually. Remember, we also got The Undertaker and Cody Rhodes in Fortnite. And I'm trying to, for some reason, I can't find that image again. This happened last night where I knew where the image was saved. For some reason, it doesn't want to load up. There it is. We got John Cena. No, we already have John Cena. We have Cody Rhodes and The Undertaker now in Fortnite. And if you guys want to play as them, you can do so by heading over to the Epic Game Store and grabbing one of these guys, if not both. Cody Rhodes comes with his whoa emote, a sword, and his skull mask back bling, while The Undertaker comes with the urn as the back bling, the urn as his emote, and a shovel as his pickaxe. Use our code PWUNLIMITED, that's PW Unlimited, when getting V-Bucks to buy these guys in the Epic Store. So all you got to do is when you go to the Epic Store, it's going to ask you at the bottom, hey, you got a creator code? You do. It's PW Unlimited. Also, Bang said John Cena did return tonight. You talk about in the Fortnite shop? Because if you did, that's cool. That's cool. It's an opportunity to grab him if you already didn't. Awesome. Got it. So if you haven't got John Cena yet, you can go get John Cena. You can go get Cody Rhodes. You can go get The Undertaker. Bangs, do we know how long they're going to be in the shop? Because I still need to go get them myself. Do we know how long they're going to be available for? Or is it just once they're gone for a while? Let me know. Because I might need to jump on tonight or tomorrow just to make sure I get them before all of a sudden they disappear and I go, oh, crap, I missed it. So, yeah, go to play Fortnite. He says April 25th for them. Okay, so we got 5 days. I'll jump on today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I got to remember. So, you got till the 25th to get The Undertaker and Cody Rhodes in Fortnite. Thank you, Banks, for letting me know that. Use our code PW Unlimited when doing so. With that, we got a show to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Before that, we have a bit donation from Esports Gaming Rules. He says, I got a feeling there's going to be an angle towards John Cena on Raw after Mania 41 when he says he's going to ruin pro wrestling. So you watched the post show. You watched the press conference then. Literally, that's what he said. He wouldn't answer any questions. So go to the post show real fast. John Cena shows up and he goes, as the new champion, the last real world champion, which competing CM Punk and AEW, he said, I'm obligated to try to build the connection between the company and the media, which is you guys. He's like, ask questions. Someone asks a question and he goes, I think that's a clickbait headline. Next question. I think that's a clickbait headline. Next question. Then Cena finally says, you know what? I'll give you guys the headline. Tune in to Monday Night Raw when I ruin pro wrestling. John Cena will be on Raw tomorrow to, quote, ruin pro wrestling. Those are his words, not mine. That's what he said. Tune in to Monday Night Raw so I can ruin. So you can see how I ruin pro wrestling. I don't know what that means. But yeah. Also, let me double check one thing really fast, guys. Did I put the link? Yes, so our WWE shop affiliate link is in the description of the YouTube video, and I'll put it in the live chat for everybody as well. There's a new Joe Hendry shirt, and there's a new Becky Lynch shirt that you guys can go purchase from WWE shop. And if you use our link in the chat right now, you'll be supporting us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. I really appreciate that if you want to do that. There's also a new Cody Rhodes pop. There's also a new John Cena pop. So go over there, check out the new merch that they have on WWE Shop. And if you're interested in purchasing any of those, click our link. It will take you to WWE Shop, but then it'll know that you used our link when making that purchase. It helps us out greatly. Another great way where if you're already buying something, well, it doesn't cost you anything extra to support us. Just click that link. But yes, they have the new Joe Hendry shirt. It says, say his name, he will appear at WrestleMania. And then it's got back in business Bex for the Becky Lynch shirt. But as far as this show does go, nothing on the pre-show. Literally, we had news on yesterday's pre-show, the AAA stuff, the Bayley stuff, the Ray stuff. Nothing. Nothing today. Nothing on the pre-show. Like nothing of note, at least. So going to the open of the show, Cody Rhodes shows up wearing glasses, and there's seen Cody in glasses before. We saw him with these glasses on Friday too. Very weird. We see Judgment Day, Penta, Braun Breaker, Randy Orton with his wife Kim, all showing up to the building. This portion of the show was brought to us by a sponsor, Xfinity. Rhodes seemed to get mixed reactions when they showed him, and he got booed later as well. Rhea Ripley, Sky, and Bianca Belair then shown getting ready for their matches. We're told, well, their matches first. And when they showed Bianca, literally it sounded like all 60,000 were booing. Bianca's been getting boos recently, and I'm not sure why. What the heck's going on with Bianca Belair getting these boos? I don't know. So then we go to the main area of the stadium, and Stephanie McMahon's music plays. It's a new remix version of her Queendom theme song. The Queendom, and the Queen bowed down, lonely, lonely, love me, or however it goes. But it's like a new, like, remixed more rock version, I guess you would say. Not sure why they did that, but cool. Sounded cool. She said she was 16 years old. Last time WrestleMania was in Las Vegas, Nevada, and now her middle daughter, is 16 years old, which is kind of cool. WWE is a family. It is her family. She welcomes us all to WrestleMania. Fireworks go off. And then we get the official welcome to WrestleMania for Michael Cole, Wade Barrett, and Pat McAfee on commentary. These three killed it. Pat sometimes wouldn't let things breathe. Both of him and Cole. Pat sometimes would kind of just jump over things. And Michael Cole, not as much tonight as last night, but like need to slow down. Slow your roll, Michael Cole. Trying to act like, a college kid. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's cool. Patches over here, son of a bitch. Oh, fuck this. He never said fuck, but you know what I mean. Also, speaking of Pat McAfee, his show's going to be very newsworthy tomorrow, most likely. John Cena's going to be on it, and Paul Heyman's going to be on it. So the McAfee show tomorrow at noon Pacific, or no, noon Eastern. Going to be a very, I think, and I could be wrong on this, but I think it's going to be a very can't miss show with those two as the guests. So Io Sky enters first. She receives a good ovation from the live crowd. Bianca Belair comes out second, and her entrance included a few young girls skipping with long braids, and they say one is her stepdaughter, so I assume that means it's Montez Ford's daughter. Belair was booed when her music hit. Cole tried to get ahead of it by saying that it was due to her involvement as the referee, and that because she didn't have a decisive finish in that match as the referee, that's why fans have kind of turned on her. Which, no, it's just, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why she's getting booed all of a sudden. But the last week and a half, she's been getting booed. That was like 2 Raws. Rhea Ripley comes out and, of course, gets the Rhea Ripley ovation. The match itself goes 14 and a half minutes, and holy crap, was it awesome. This match fucking ruled. So Io Sky wasted no time and took both opponents out with a drop kick early on. Drop kicked them right out of the ring, at least Ripley. This led to an exchange between Ripley and Belair, which Belair got the better of. Sky got back in and knocked down both opponents with some sort of a move off the top and a double drop kick. Belair gave Sky consecutive vertical suplexes, including a delayed suplex at the end. The fans couldn't help but applaud that. Ripley gave Sky a razor's edge into Belair, which looked pretty awesome, and she got a 2 off of it. There's a... What the heck? You guys probably can't see it. It's the little ladybug thing. What the hell? On my microphone. That's weird. Oh, ladybug on the microphone. Okay. Anywho. Where was I? Ripley put the prism lock on Sky, and Belair tried to catch Ripley in a KOD, but they wound up planning each other down with facebusters. All 3 women then brought each other down with triple suplex off the ropes moments later. Cool spot. Sky then went for a Meteora, but Ripley kicked her right in the head. Sky countered an avalanche riptide and went for a moonsault, but Ripley got her feet up. Sky stumbled into a Belair KO, but Ripley broke up the cover. The crowd was going crazy at this point. Belair started to shove Ripley right in the face and was kind of taunting her. Ripley shoved her off the top rope moments later. Sky tried an avalanche poison Rana, but Ripley kind of just yanked her and held her there. She held onto the post, basically. Instead of getting pulled back from the Rana, she held onto the post. Sky then tried, Belair and Ripley then exchanged some stuff until Belair slipped out of a riptide and smacked Ripley with her braid. Belair had Ripley pinned, and Sky hit a moonsault to break up the pin and cover Belair to pick up the win. Very similar finish in the IC title match. Basically, one's got one in a move, so someone else comes off the top right into the pin. Bada bing, bada boom. Io Sky, and still Women's World Champion. Crowd was super hot for this match. Pop for Io winning, and I loved it. I thought it was fun, fast paced, but not like so fast that you can't keep up with it like some of them AEW party matches. And everything made sense. It was just an awesome match. And in my opinion, and honestly, I can't argue if someone says this, better than everything on night one except for the main event. And if someone wants to argue me that, I can't argue back because I'm like, I'm so close here. I think for the story the main event on night one told, it's going to just slightly be better for me. But match quality wise, they're about equal. But I felt like the night one match just told a different kind of story, and that's what's going to barely put it over for me. Lisa says, watch your language, my kids are watching. Fuck! Where you live. Because if you're on the East Coast, it's midnight. Past midnight, almost 1 o'clock. Your kids should be in bed. This is school day. School night tomorrow. School day tomorrow. Also, you pay my bills? You're my boss? You donate a $100 super chat and I'll stop cussing. But you don't tell me what to do. You're not my boss. I appreciate the view and you watching, but I'm not going to let some random viewer that's already trying to make me look bad and call me a liar tell me what I can and can't do on my own goddamn fucking live stream. Anywho, we got a couple more bit donations here. Actually, nope, those aren't bit donations, so never mind. What time is Pat's show tomorrow morning? It starts at noon Eastern. So noon Eastern, 11 Central, 9 Pacific, I want to say. Let me ban this guy from the chat really fast. Spam chat. So yeah. 12, 11, 9. Not sure where you are, Corey, like what time zone. So yeah. So here, Central Time, it always comes on at 11. So we see Flava Flav, Merble Devishalivi or something like that they say, and Rich the Kid in the crowd. I think this is where we also see Kyle Larson, his wife Caitlin, and their youngest son. They didn't shout out Kyle Larson, which bullshit. Greatest race car driver in the world, but he was there. Kyle Larson was there. He noticed that he was on screen, and he grabbed his son. I can't remember his youngest son's name. He's like, yeah, and he lifted him up. That was great. That was freaking awesome. But yeah, Kyle Larson and his wife Caitlin were at WrestleMania. I don't know if his other son Owen and their daughter were there as well, maybe sitting next to Caitlin, but that popped me when I saw Kyle Larson. I was like, oh, NASCAR champion, 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion, greatest race car driver in the world right now. And it's, I will say, better than all fucking Max Verstappen. Fuck Verstappen. This then leads us to our second match of the night, 14-minute match. Just shy of 14 minutes. It was a Sin City street fight. Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. These two said, we're going to try and have one of these Sheamus banger after banger matches. And they had a banger. This match was freaking great. McIntyre had a Doom-inspired entrance. And Kerry King of Slayer actually played Priest to the ring. So they fought around ringside early on, and McIntyre got the better of it after repeatedly hitting Priest with the steel steps. Someone they say who was his brother handed Drew McIntyre a cell phone, and he took a selfie of himself with a down Drew McIntyre or Damian Priest, and then the picture got posted on his Twitter, which is funny. Kind of a callback to last year. McIntyre then cut off Priest's comeback and hit a comeback attempt and hit a flip dive. McIntyre went for a Claymore, but Priest took the chair right in his face. Didn't really hit him that much. But McIntyre then came back with a standing Claymore. Got 2 off of it. McIntyre then wrapped a chair around Priest's head and went for a Claymore. But Priest managed to grab him with one arm and hit a choke slam. Priest then hit McIntyre with a chair until McIntyre hit a spine buster. Priest avoided an avalanche white noise and hit McIntyre with a razor's edge through a table for a near fall in the ring. McIntyre followed this up with a Future Shock DDT on the steel steps, where it looked like he took the brunt of this. Got a 2 off of it, and then Priest got the better of a strike exchange and dropped McIntyre with the clothesline. Priest then went for the Undertaker rope walk, but McIntyre shoves him off the top rope, and he falls through 2 tables on the outside in front of the announce table. McIntyre then placed Priest's head against a chair and kind of like wedged it between the ropes. McIntyre then claymored Priest's face right into the chair and pinned him to pick up the victory. So again, the match goes 14 minutes, just like 13, 50, 55, something like that. And this match was so much fun. Great table spots, great bumps taken by both guys. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I mean, this is easily, if Bianca, Io, and Rhea was a 4.5 star match, in my opinion, I'd say this was 4. I say this is 4. I don't think there was anything on either night that got a 5 from me, if I were giving out stars. But I would probably give the main event of night 1, probably go 4 3/4, if not 5. Like I'm teetering 5 there, and I know that contradicts what I say all the time, so maybe I would just give that a 5. Then I give the women's triple threat 4.5, and this match would get a 4 for me for sure. 4 star for sure. I would see some more people in the crowd like Tony Hinchcliffe and Daniel Cormier. Then moving forward, we had the 4-way for the IC title. Easy 4-star match. Match went about 10.5 minutes. It was Braun Breaker defending against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Dom and Balor chucked Braun out of the ring early on before Penta wiped them out with a dive. Braun knocked over Penta with a leaping tackle. Braun slammed Penta and then gave Balor a military press slam and speared Dom. Balor broke up the pin. Balor gave Braun a sling blade before Penta gave Balor a sling blade. Penta then used a drop toe hold to drop Balor face first into Dom's crotch. Penta snapped Balor's arm and set up for his finish, but Braun hit them with a double German suplex. Penta then avoided a spear and went shoulder first into the ring post. Dom hit Penta with a slingshot senton before kicking Braun out of the ring. Dom hit Penta with consecutive suplexes. Penta avoided a third, but, well, Balor joined in and helped Dom get everybody down, basically. Tried to give Braun a double suplex, but he gave them a double suplex instead. Carlito then all of a sudden appears at ringside. Braun handed out overhead suplexes and gave Balor a Frankensteiner for a 2. Everybody traded big moves until Dom noticed Balor was near the ropes. Dom dropkicked Balor into the middle rope and went for a 619. The crowd popped for it. However, Balor did block Dom's 619 attempt and stomped away on him as the crowd booed. Again, fucking Dom turned babyface. It was wild. Wild. Penta hit Balor with the Penta driver, but Braun broke up the cover. Braun and Penta had an exchange that seemed to be leading to a super spear. Carlito dropped the rope, and Braun fell out of the ring. Dom tried a schoolboy on Penta, but only got a 2 off of it. Penta came back with the Canadian Destroyer and seemed to have the match all won. Carlito yanked him out of the ring. Carlito then set up Penta on the announce table, but Braun ran over one, ran to another, speared Carlito, and they crashed through the table. Braun then speared Penta, but Dom hit Braun with a 619. Dom went for a frog splash, but Balor crotched him, and the crowd booed again. Balor hit Braun with a sling blade, a dropkick, and a coup de grace, but Dom broke up the cover with a huge frog splash on Finn Balor, hooked the leg, and pinned him to win the IC title. Crowd popped huge pop for Dom winning this belt. Basically kind of the same finish that we saw in the women's world title match. You know, Io coming off with the moonsault, hooking Bianca, and 1, 2, 3. Well, Dom does the same thing. Comes off with the frog splash, hooks Balor, 1, 2, 3. Wasn't a big fan of them being the same finish. Like, oh, producers need to get together. But love that Dom won. I've been a big supporter of Dom since the start. I've been like, when he had that first match with Seth Rollins, I was like, holy shit, this is his first match? And this good? Yeah, I get that Seth carried the match. But you could see in that first match that he had at that SummerSlam with Seth Rollins, This kid's got something. He needs a little polish, but he's got something. Then when he went on his own and started to really come out of his shell, I'm just like, I fucking love Dom. And I've said it forever. All these fans boo him because it's the fun thing to do, not because they literally actually hate him. I don't think the crowd actually, once you joined Judgment Day, actually hated him. I just thought that, hey, that's the thing to do. We're going to boo him because his reaction to the boos is so awesome. Differently to Don Callis, where it's like, we're going to boo him because we just don't like him. But that's my thing. I think these fans have always really actually liked Dom in a way. And they love the way he plays off the boos so much that that's why they boo him like that. Because he learned quickly how to react to them and how to interact with those boos. And it's been freaking phenomenal. And the way the crowd reacted to Dom tonight was outstanding. Dom got that babyface pop when he won the IC title, even though he's a heel. I don't know if this is the actual turn, because like Liv and Raquel are still heels. Carlito can go either way. Finn of course, is a heel. And yeah, we'll see how this all plays up going forward as we got a new Intercontinental champion. I love it. I love it. You know who did get booed? Who is a real life heel? Well, Colby Covington. They showed him in the crowd and they hated him. We also got Metro Boomin and Dean Norris. Randy Orton then came out and wore trunks that were a callback to his original 2020 gear. The blue and yellow. Orton on the ass. It was great. Orton said this is his 20th WrestleMania, and whoever his opponent is, well, they better get ready because they're gonna get it here at WrestleMania, courtesy of the most dangerous letters in all of pro wrestling and sports and entertainment, the RKO. And so we're sitting here, bated breath, going, all right, is it Rusev? Is it Rusev? His wife's posting that she's in the pool over there at the stadium screen or whatever you want to call it, the circus thing or whatever. I don't remember what it is. But Lana's posting she's not there. Is it really going to be Rusev? CJ said she's swimming right now in the pool. And the camera goes up and it pans up at the top of the ramp and it's watching those doors. It's watching those doors. They slowly start to open. You see the silhouette of this guy that in all actuality almost is as big as Rusev. Because, you know, Joe Hendry is bigger than you think as far as like size wise. Not calling him fat or anything. Not calling Rusev fat either, but like muscle mass wise. Joe Hendry's pretty up there. And once the door finally fully opens, you notice, oh wait, that ain't Rusev. That's and you just hear, say his name and he appears. And this place loses their mind. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. And everybody's going nuts. Joe Hendry, the current reigning TNA World Champion, is the mystery opponent for Randy Orton. Holy shit. This is one of those times where I wish I was recording my reaction, because holy crap did I pop off. Now, Triple H talked about this in the post-show press conference. He said, before Joe Hendry went out there, I told him, hey, this is your first WrestleMania, and they're going to get harder from here because you have many ahead of you. I'm going to tell you right now, I can almost guarantee that once his TNA contract is up, whenever it is this year, if it's not the end of the year, WWE's going to want to sign this guy. And yeah, they'll probably put him in NXT, but I don't think he needs NXT. Yeah, he could really help that brand. They don't need it. I wouldn't be surprised if they sign him, he'd go straight to the main roster. The reaction he got in the Rumble, the reaction he got now tonight, it's like, oh, no, this guy's main roster ready. Main roster ready. So, give me more Joe Hendry in WWE. Hell, put him on the Worlds Collide show. Put him in the Money in the Bank. Yeah, I mean, I said it. Money in the Bank ladder match. So, Joe Hendry comes down to the ring wearing the TNA World title. And I saw a lot of people going, oh, they buried TNA here by having the world champion lose a 3-minute match. No. They gave TNA more exposure than almost anybody ever has, ever. They gave TNA more exposure than almost any other company I can think of ever has. because he comes out here with the belt, recognized as the TNA World Champion at WrestleMania in front of 60 whatever thousand people and however many more hundreds of thousands watching at home and worldwide. McAfee thought the title was on the line because he's like, wait, if Orton wins, can he become the TNA champion? And they're like, well, Cole's like, I don't think the title's on the line here. But Randy freaking Orton beat the TNA World Champion. Does Randy Orton now show up at like Slammiversary in July and challenge for the belt? Maybe that's a little too far out, but still. Or, fuck it, put Joe on Backlash in Randy's hometown. I think you got to beat Randy. So I don't think they do that. I don't know. I don't think he wins the TNA title. But anyways, Orton went for an RKO right away, and Joe Hendry fought him off. Hit a neck breaker. Hendry then stomped on the mat and grabbed Orton by the neck. Orton just kind of looked confused and was like, oh, this guy's for real. It poked him in the eyes. Orton hit a draping DDT. Instead of for an RKO, but Hendry blocked it again and hit a follow-away slam. Kip up to his feet, did the spin around, and then he posed a little too long because as he spun around, he went, oh, shit, RKO. Maybe he shouldn't have posed there. RKO, pinfall, 1, 2, 3. Match goes like 3 minutes and 15 seconds. It was 3:10, according to Wikipedia. 3:10. So afterwards, Joe Hendry's kind of sitting there, and he's like, oh, damn, I lost. Randy's like, get up, come on, get up. And Randy does the thing where he's like, takes him to one side of the ring. Yay, look at this guy. This guy's great. Takes him to the other side of the ring. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's great. Takes him to the other side of the ring. Oh, look at this guy. Take him out. Take him out. Go. Woof, woof, fuck you, kid. Second RKO. Second RKO. Then Randy has fun with it. He stands there, does the spin around into the Orton pose, and immediately he just can't compose himself, and he just starts busting up laughing. So, yeah, this is awesome. This is great. Short, sweet, to the point. Didn't need to be any longer for what it was. We're not building a feud here. It's just a match because, well, it's Randy's 20th, and they don't want to skip it. Because I'm not trying to put anything on Randy Orton, but just in case, he might get, if say he gets hurt again and misses next year's Mania, well, then you can't do the 20th next year. You want to get that 20th now before something happens and you can't do it again. Granted, I don't see him getting hurt again like he did in needing back surgery, but you never know. Because like Rey Mysterio tore his freaking groin just by being yanked out of the ring by Julius Creed. A simple spot that people do in every match almost, especially a tag match. Like Julius Creed did nothing wrong. Rey really did nothing wrong. Tore his groin. Kevin Nash tore a quad just walking in the ring. So, like Brian Alvarez says it all the time. Some of the worst injuries coming you're doing the most routine things. The easiest, most, I can never get hurt off of that thing. I think he said he blew out his knee taking a snake eyes. So, yeah. I did see some people saying on Twitter, oh, it's a waste of time. Should have had somebody bigger that you could build something with for Orton. I loved it. So they showed Penta. No, they did that earlier. I don't know why I wrote it here. They did that. They showed this before the tag match. I wrote it here for some reason. Penta and the Goodyear blimp. My notes must have got shuffled somewhere. Anyways. Logan Paul, AJ Styles. Actually went way longer than I expected. And I think it went too long. Because there was a point in this match where eventually I was just like, oh, this is still going on. I think it went about 3 minutes too long. Should have been a 15-minute match. But it went almost 18. Because again, you could feel the crowd. And you could tell, oh, yeah, they went a little long. Because eventually they lost the crowd. And kind of got them back for the finish, but not really. So, yeah, that was kind of weird. So, Logan Paul tried a slingshot dive early on with Styles at ringside, but Styles caught him in the ring skirt and hammered away at him. Styles also drove him into the barricade right in front of Nick Khan, of all people. Paul then gained the advantage by shoving Styles into the ring post and hitting a slingshot dive. Paul sent a drone into the air to film things as he choked AJ Styles with the ring skirt. He kept the drone going on this shot, and Paul hit Styles with a frog splash for a 2. Paul hit an overbomb, but Styles got a rope break off of the pin attempt. Paul then hit a moonsault onto a standing AJ for a 2. AJ was pissed off and hit Paul with a clothesline. Strikes, fireman's carry, neck breaker, sliding forearm, brainbuster. Only got a 2 off of it though. South set up for a phenomenal forearm. Paul grabbed him off the ropes. Hit a rolling forearm, fireman's carry, and a great, awesome looking moonsault. Lion salt. Where he literally lion salted up, did the lion salt, and then it looks like he somehow got about halfway across the ring and goes, I need to go farther, and pulled his body and just boom. He went. I've never seen anyone do a lion salt this far across the ring, 3/4 of the way. 3/4 of the way. This is outrageously good, this spot. Like, I can't give him the props he deserves for this because this was like, holy shit. That moonsault, that lion salt was a thing of beauty. Got a 2 off of it though. Paul at one point avoids a Styles clash and did a buckshot lariat for a 2. Styles then ducked a right and hit a rack bomb for a 2. Styles went for a springboard 450, but Paul got his knees up and hit a Styles clash. Styles rolled through and hit a Styles clash though. Then Paul's boy Jeff came in with the brass knucks to give to Paul, but Karrion Kross would show up to stop him. Karrion Kross would then take the brass knucks. AJ would grab Jeff and toss him aside. Kross then said, AJ, here's your chance. Use the brass knucks. Use them. AJ grabbed him and said, no. Kross pleaded with him and he punched Kross. Paul then ducked a phenomenal forearm, hit a big punch. Paul followed this up with the pulverizer and picked up the victory. So because of Jeff trying to interfere, Karrion Kross getting involved, cost AJ with all the distraction. AJ just got a little bit too distracted. Again, the match was good, 3.5 stars, but I just felt it went too long. It hit its peak, and they didn't get the crowd back. As you can tell, right around the 14.5, 15-minute mark, the crowd starts to die down, and they're just like, oh, this is still going on. But cool to see Karrion Kross involved. I like that. Interestingly, he took all WWE references out of his Twitter bio. I don't know if that's a thing, something to look into, but yeah. More celebrities in the crowd. Vanessa Hudgens, Terrence Crawford, Quavo, who Michael Cole lost his shit for. We then have the women's tag title match. Champions come out first. Then out comes Lyra. Lyra walks down the ramp, and the camera goes back up. We sit there for a second, and then we hear, Becky Lynch's music. The man is back. So for all that don't know or don't want to believe it, Bayley's not really hurt. And this has been the plan for at least a month, if not more. That they were going to set something up where Lyra needed help, Lyra needed a partner, and Becky comes to the rescue. Becky makes her big return at WrestleMania. And it's at the behest of Bayley, unfortunately. Now, Triple H did state in the press conference, hey, I know you guys are going to ask about Bayley. Trust me, Bayley will be fine. So I don't know if that means she's not, I don't know if that means him saying she's not really injured or we're going to make this up to her. I don't know which it means, but he looked at everybody in that room and said, I tell you right now, Bayley's going to be fine. So it can mean one of two things, if not both. Also, guys, don't forget, we will be taking your calls at the end of this. The number is scrolling down here at the bottom of the screen, and it will put it up on the screen once we are ready to take calls. But the number is 918-516-8635. Again, that is 918-516-8635. As far as the match does go, the heels quickly took control when Morgan shoved Valkyria off the top into a big boot by Raquel. Valkyria almost made the hot tag, but Morgan yanked Lynch off the apron. The big thing here was Liv did not want to be in the ring with Becky. If you don't remember, Becky's last match, she lost to Liv in a cage. Lynch ran after Morgan, but ran right into a boot from Raquel. Lynch then did get the hot tag moments later. She hit Morgan with a clothesline before hitting both opponents with running forearms. Lynch gave Rodriguez a Molly go-round before hitting Morgan with a fallaway slam. Lynch put Morgan in a disarmor, and Rodriguez broke it up. Morgan hit Lynch with an Oblivion, but Valkyria broke up the pin. Valkyria took out Rodriguez on the outside with a huge tornado DDT. Lynch hit Morgan with a manhandle slam and pinned her to get new women's tag team champions. And we already know what they're doing on Tuesday. Lyra and Becky will be going to NXT to defend those titles on Tuesday against Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. They had the number one contenders match yesterday at Stand and Deliver. And that match is happening Tuesday. So I don't know if they're going to be on Raw Monday. I mean, Becky's back. Why not put her on Raw? But we know they'll be wrestling Tuesday on NXT. So, as far as like the Bayley thing on what's the story of the injury, who in storyline attacked her, I mean, you can always go with Roxanne Perez. Try to rebuild that feud back up that they kind of just dumped. And maybe they dumped it on purpose to make us think it's nothing. And then Roxanne be like, oh yeah, it was me all along. I attacked Bayley. So, I don't know who attacked Bayley, but Roxanne makes the most sense. So they could just go back to that feud. But yeah, Becky's back in the press conference afterwards. Becky brought her daughter in. It was cute. And she was asked, so, Becky, you're back. What can we expect from you? Is this part-time back, full-time back? She goes, whoa, the man? Part-time? No, if I'm here all the time. She goes, well, until I take another break. So, Becky's already thinking about the future. She said she loved her time at home, got to do other things, but she said she's back, and that means she's back full-time. So, then we get Stone Cold. Steve Austin comes out to announce how many people are in the building. And he comes out on the ATV like we've seen him do so many times since the early 2000s. Like he's been riding this thing down and around the ring since, 2001, 2002. Never had a problem. Well, he comes down the ramp. Well, he goes up the side of the ramp, comes down the ramp, slows it down, goes around one side of the ring, goes around in front of the announce table, slows it down, then gives it a little gas to go around the side of the ring, like on the right of the announce tables, but it doesn't turn for him, and he crashes it right into the barricade. Well, there was a lady who was like standing there with her arm kind of draped over the barricade. So she's kind of like propping herself up with the barricade. And when Austin hits the barricade, she kind of goes, whoa, and then falls down into her seat. Very delayed reaction there. I get them people messaging me, oh, WWE's going to be in trouble. This lady's going to sue him. Austin hit her with a four-wheeler. She's going to get millions. Well, first off, if she sues, she ain't getting no fucking millions. I can tell you that. I could be wrong here, but I don't think she's getting millions. I don't even think she wins anything if she sues them. Nick Khan immediately went over to talk to her. Like, you see, afterwards, Austin goes over to say, hey, yeah, he asked her in the moment, are you okay? And I think she said something, but her face looked mad. And then he goes over again to check on her. Nick Khan's standing there talking to her. So she's probably going to get a bunch of free gear, free merch. And they hope she doesn't sue. And even if she does sue, I don't think she wins. I could be wrong. I'm not a lawyer. But I don't think she wins. It's no different. Maybe it's a little bit different, but it's not really much different than if two wrestlers are fighting in the crowd and they accidentally bump into a fan. I don't think she was hurt. I could be wrong, but I don't think she was hurt. It's not like Austin hit her. He hit the barricade and it kind of just knocked her over. He didn't hit her. So, all them people online, she's going to sue. WWE's liable. That's negligence on Steve Austin. You ever driven a four-wheeler or a dirt bike? I've been driving since I was 2 years old. It's not negligence. These stupid sons of bitches are over here saying, that's negligence. The company's gonna be liable for that, and they're gonna get sued, and she's gonna get millions. No, she's not. No, they're gonna give her some freaking free merch. She get some T-shirts, maybe even a replica belt. She's maybe gonna get tickets to Raw tomorrow. She's still be in Vegas, and then go from there. But it won't hold up in court. Now, luckily this happened before Austin started chugging them beers, because then they can do the whole, well, he was drunk. He drank 6 beers beforehand. He was drunk. Well, luckily it happened before the beers. Then that might hold up in court. But I don't think this holds up in court, even if she were to sue. If she were to sue, all WWE has to do is Hey, we tell people that things can happen. Like there's the whole, before a show starts, they say, hey, be aware loud noises, wrestlers wrestling around, be cognizant of your seat and be in your area because things can happen. They say it. I don't know the exact verbiage. But again, like I said, it's like when a wrestler jumps into a crowd and no one goes after him. We've sometimes seen, the fans right there on top of them get bumped by accident, but no one's ever sued that I know of. And like this lady looked pissed, but I don't know if she would sue. I don't think she would sue. I don't know her. I'm just spitballing. I don't know. But yeah, I got so many people on Twitter messaging me or atting me, hey, this lady's going to sue the company for millions. They're screwed. No. Even if she tries, she ain't winning. Because all WWE has to say is she wasn't paying attention, or her arm was on the other side of the barricade. She shouldn't be propping herself up on the barricade. Sit in your seat. That's it. There's no way she would win. No way she would win. Are they going to try and make her happy before she leaves? Of course they are. That's about it. So Austin's in the ring and he announces that tonight there are 63,226 in attendance, which makes it a two-night number of 124,693. Oh, don't get me started on that one from WrestleMania 38, Luke. Someone literally tried suing WWE because they said that their seat was too close to the speaker and it damaged their hearing. Fucking what? What? You gotta be stupid for that one. And you could tell these people tried to file their own lawsuit too, because it was not written by a lawyer. I read it. It was not written by a lawyer. Yes, Palpatine. It's a wrestling event, so you should be alert. So you should be alert anyways. It's like, how many times do we watch these indie shows and fans get knocked over? A lot. When like people dive from the ring to the floor, yeah, they're trying to dive on the other wrestler, but then that wrestler falls in that wrestler then falls in somebody's lap. I get it. Austin was on an ATV, but he didn't hit her with the ATV. He hit the barricade in it. Delay knocked her over. Like that's the other thing. Her reaction to this was very delayed, where like Austin hit the barricade, her arm kind of went up off of it where it was leaned on, and then like literally she's leaning on the barricade like this, right? Austin hits the barricade, her arm kind of comes off, and then she, at least 5 seconds later or something. A good one too, Espinoza. When the ladder hit somebody during the freaking Supercard G1 Supercard MSG show. I forgot about that one. No one got sued there. But you see it all the time in indie shows. Fans accidentally getting bumped. So, yeah. Anyways, Austin calls for some beers. Cole and Pat and all them say maybe he should throw some our way. And then I don't know what happened, but when Austin jumped out of the ring, Cole said something to Barrett about something. He's like, I better grab that before it explodes. I'm like, wait, what? Anyways. What about the glass hitting fans during Sting's last match? Oh, I totally forgot about that one. And that's another one. Or MJF, would he spit the alcoholic drink on a kid or dump the drink on a kid or something? It's like, things happen to fans all the time. Yeah, you don't want anything to happen to the fans, but it's like you're at a wrestling show. You got to be aware something might happen. Anyways. Next up is our main event. Well, Austin drank some beers. Went and checked on the lady in the front row. Nick Khan was talking to her, and then he left. But before we get into our main event, we get the poll going here on Twitch. What did you think of Mania Night 2? Nope, not Night 3. Well, I'm so glad there's not a Night 3. I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. All right, the poll is live if you're watching on Twitch. Then we got this main event. So everything goes dark, like the lights don't go out, but everything goes dark on all the screens. And then in white font, it just says John Cena. And then his music hits, but no graphics come up. It's just white font on a black screen that says John Cena. He comes down. He's got the towel behind his head. Very somber walk down to the ring. Cody then gets a cool entrance. They got these guys on dirt bikes going across the stage either way. And then his music hits and he's standing there. He's got the skull helmet on, or the mask, whatever you want to call it. Cody comes down to the ring. No little Brody this year. It's the first year since, I think his return. Brody has not been there with him at Mania. Brandy was there. Liberty was there, his daughter. He gave her a big kiss and a hug. But yeah, no little Brody. Brody must be still celebrating winning the clusterfuck last night for GCW in his first ever official actual match. Yeah. Little Brody Jr. had his first real match last night. He made his pro wrestling debut for GCW in the clusterfuck and won it. And I loved Amanda Huber at almost noon today. Since that tweet, I just woke up. Brody did what last night? I laughed so hard reading that. So anyways, they do the intros, and then Cena kind of stalls for the first few minutes, and I'm thinking here going, well, they're going long. Are they going long? They're stalling for time, like they don't want to blow themselves up yet. So they keep going for a while, and they keep going a little more. And it's kind of slow and methodical, and I'm like, these guys are going long. We're getting another 30-minute match like last night? No, it went 21 according to Wikipedia. I think it was 21. 21:40, according to Wikipedia. And so eventually, Cena stomps away at Rhodes, and some people in the crowd cheer that. I heard that it came off. So to me, I heard some of the boos for Cody, some of the cheers for Cody, a little more boos. I was told by a friend that was in the crowd, he said, hey, it was very mixed for Cody. Like, almost 50-50 cheer boo. But Cena was stomping down on Cody, and the crowd was actually kind of for it. Cena hit a clothesline and made the match's first cover. He only got a 1 off of it. Cena followed this up with a side slam, got another 1, consecutive axe handles. Cena went for another one, but Rhodes kicked him. Rhodes fired up until Cena poked him in the eye. Cena hit a tornado DDT and got a 2 off of it. Cena hit consecutive shoulder tackles, but did it at a much slower pace than he normally does. He's more deliberately methodical here. And I'm thinking here, they're going long. Cena's going slow. Cody's kind of not really fighting back much. They're going long. They're going to hit their big stuff later. Nope. Cena slammed Rhodes. Went to do the 5-knuckle shuffle. But Rhodes punched him and hit a power slam and a disaster kick. Crowd booed even louder this time. Rhodes hit a Cody cutter and got a 2. They then traded counters of their big moves until Cena hit an AA for a near fall. Cena then kind of chuckled at this when Cody kicked out. Cena hit a 5-knuckle shuffle, and Rhodes applied a cradle for a 2. Cena then went for and hit a super AA off the middle rope, got another near fall. Cena tried a diving leg drop. Rhodes countered into a powerbomb for a 2. Rhodes then came off the top with a super Cody cutter, another 2. Cena hit a third AA and applied an STF. Rhodes got close to the ropes, but Cena pulled him back to the middle. Rhodes did fight out of it and kicked Cena away, but Cena knocked down the ref. Rhodes hit the crossroads. The ref was down, dead. Crowd's chanting. They're counting for him. They get to like 8, 9, 10. No ref. Cena then exposes the top turnbuckle and sent Rhodes into it repeatedly. Cena then hit a 4th AA, and Cole exclaims, "Oh my God, what a match we're seeing here!" No. This match is still in first gear. Travis Scott's music then hits, and this motherfucker takes Undertaker time to come down to the ring. He thinks he's Roman Reigns and a tribal chief entrance, and he's just got his little $1,200 fucking belt. Yeah, those Travis Scott hardcore titles sell for $1,200 on Shop. You gotta be fucking kidding me. But he's just taking his time, coming down to the ring. My son's sitting here watching this with me because I knew this was the match he'd want to see. He's like, "Oh, Travis Scott, he's back." And so, he takes his time, gets down to the ring. Cena kind of looks down at him. He's like, "Hey, brother." They handshake. Cena then pulls him up on the apron. Cena then grabs Cody and he's like, all right, I'm going to bring him to you. You're going to hit him. I'm going to bring him to you. You're going to hit him. And I'm like, is John Cena the dumbest son of a bitch in the world? If Travis Scott hits Cody right in front of the ref who is now back up, you lose, John. Fortunately, Cody blocks it all. Travis Scott tries to go for the punch. Cody blocks it, grabs Cena. Not attitude adjustment. Crossroads. Cena's down. He then tells goddamn Travis Scott, come in the ring. Come and get me. And they're like, oh, he's owed a receipt from Cody. So Scott gets up on the apron and jumps right over the top rope into the ring. Scott tries to slap Cody. Cody grabs the arm, blocks it. Crossroads. Now, my thought process here was, okay, he's got him in the crossroads. If you smell if you smell, we're not smelling nothing. If you, where's the fucking rock? No rock. I thought what was going to happen was he's got goddamn Travis Scott in the crossroads position. Rock's music's going to hit. He's just going to jump him and wait for the rock. Nope. Rock wasn't even there. Rock posted yesterday, and I thought this was all a swerve. Rock posted yesterday, nothing like driving the truck through the countryside of Maui. Fucker must really be in Maui. He wasn't in Vegas. It's crossroads. Cena tried to use the title belt as a weapon, but Rhodes yanked it out of his hand and played tug of war with it. We've seen this before. Rhodes then kind of was like, do I use it? Do I not? Do I use it? Do I not? And Cena was like, don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh, come on. No, don't do it. Don't do it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So then Rhodes drops the belt and is like, nope, I'm better than that. But not Cena, because Cena kicks him right in the balls. They didn't want to say it. I can't remember if it was Pat or Cole. Probably Pat. He's like, oh, Cena kicked him right in the, he couldn't say balls. So Cena then grabs the belt, clocks Cody over the head with it. Referee's down because Travis Scott had pulled the ref out of the ring. I forgot to mention this earlier. Travis Scott had pulled the ref out of the ring when Cody went for a pin on Cena after he took him down or whatever. And so the ref was down. Ref finally gets back in. Slow count 1, slow count 2, 3. Boom. Cena wins. New champion. 17-time world champion John Cena. He'll try to tell us that Cena is now the greatest of all time. No one is better than him. Barrett, normally the heel, called Cena a piece of garbage. Fireworks go off. Cena poses in the ring with Travis Scott. And on the screen, they put a big 17 because he's now 17-time world champion. And this main event sucked. This main event blew chunks. This was as bad as a fucking Death Riders main event, a fucking Moxley main event, like the fucking Cope match. This was as bad as that shit. This sucked. Never got going, it felt like. They were just, it literally felt like two guys that were going to go 30, 35 minutes and didn't want to blow themselves up early and never. It's like they were going to go 30, 35 minutes. So they're like, all right, we're going to go slow for the first 15, maybe 20. They're going to ramp it up, but then we're told, go home. We are at 21, just go. I don't know. But the end sucked. Match never was really all that great. And yeah, I didn't like it at all. I had such high hopes for this match, and it under-delivered. And that's being generous. So yeah, definitely a disappointment. With that, you know what I thought of the show. Now it's time to hear what you guys thought of tonight's WrestleMania Night 2. Let's refresh all these polls here. And also remember, guys, if you do want to call into the show, should have put this number on earlier. If you do want to call into the show, you can do so. 918-516-8635. Again, that's 918-516-8635. Headphones just in case we get anything. But as I refresh the polls here, maybe we do, maybe we don't get calls. It's all good if we do or don't. Where is, that one. Also, Cena winning tonight ends Cody's reign at 378 days. And we do have a call, so let's take this really fast. Caller, you're on the air. What'd you think of WrestleMania? Hello? Can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Find another answer machine. This is Espinosa 1989 from the chat. I just want to say I agree. The main event was disappointing, but at least night 2 was better than night 1. Dom winning Intercontinental, Joe Hendry, biggest shock of the night for me. And I just want to say it's pretty obvious it was Roxanne Perez who took out Bailey.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing people saying that it was Lyra, and that makes no sense at all. And also, how is Taylor Swift now on Fortnite? She literally has a song called Fortnite.
Don't ask me. I'm not the one making those decisions. We got Sabrina Carpenter recently. But with that, thank you for the call. As far as like the Lyra thing, the Becky thing, the Bailey thing, I think if anybody, the one that makes the most sense is Roxanne Perez. But again, if you guys do want to call in, numbers right here, 918-516-8635. Again, that's 918-516-8635. Refreshing the polls here as far as the threads poll. Oh, we got another call. Let's take this one. Let's take this call here. Caller, you're on the air. What'd you think of WrestleMania? Hello? Let me see something. Are they not able to hear me? Espinosa, you're in the chat. Were you able to hear me? That's the thing. Espinosa, were you able to hear me when I said, hey, you're on the air? I might have my settings wrong then. Let me see something really fast, guys. I might have my microphone settings wrong. Where do I... Well, I know you can hear me, Bangs, but them on the phone. Espinosa said no. Okay, let me... Allow microphone, so it's allowing that, but is it picking up the correct microphone is the question. Give us 1 second, guys. Because it worked for me when I tested it yesterday, so I don't know why it's not going now. I think it was the answer machine. No, I heard you. It answered here, but yeah. I couldn't hear you on the phone. Oh, you just tried calling Luke? Gotcha. Yeah. Give me 1 second, see if I can try and get this to work. Let me do this. Open volume mixer, switch microphone to input. That's what it is. It's set to the wrong microphone. It's set to the wrong microphone. All right, guys, call back again and it should be working now. It was set to the wrong thing for microphone. I'm 99% sure I fixed it. He says, now you have my number. But let's go. Caller, you're on the air. What'd you think of WrestleMania?
Hey, what's up, Tim? How you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Yeah, it's going good. But anyway, I thought WrestleMania Night 2, it was good, but the main event kind of sucked.
Yes. I would agree.
But yeah, like, I did not expect Joe Hendry, like, to be Randy Orton's opponent. A lot of people thought it was going to be Rusev, but I don't know. I just didn't really know, like, going into Mania. I didn't know.
Yeah, so Triple H said that they loved that because it was such a surprise. And a lot of times you don't get many surprises like that anymore. So I thought it was a great surprise.
I did too. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the match could have been a little longer because I feel like Joe Hendry didn't get enough ring time for it.
True.
But, oh well.
Yeah, I went 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
I mean, it could have been a little bit longer, but at least, like, for me, like, at least it was, like, Randy Orton beating him, not, like there were reports saying, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently there were reports saying that WWE wanted Joe Hendry to work with The Miz, but TNA didn't want The Miz to beat him, but...
Yeah, that was true.
I don't know.
That was true. I don't know about the whole TNA didn't want Miz to beat him, but there were, at one point, a pitch for him and Miz to work together. But it never got past like the pitch. It never got past the pitch stage, from what I heard.
I mean, that's kind of all I got. I'll talk about it tomorrow more when we go live for Raw. So
Okay, sounds great.
All right.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Luke, ladies and gentlemen, popping on. Really cool. But if you guys do want to call, 918-516-8635. Again, that's 918-516-8635. Call us and give us your thoughts on WrestleMania. I fixed it, as you can tell there. So we're all good now. We're all good now. I think it's going to be the norm for pay-per-views reviews. We'll do the calls and whatnot. You guys acclimated in here and whatnot. So, as far as the polls do go, the Threads poll, 40% thought it was just all right, 37% liked it, and 23% didn't like it. As far as the Twitter X poll, 52% liked the show, 34% thought it was just all right, and 13% didn't like it. Looking at the YouTube live poll here, 62% liked the show, 26% thought it was just all right, and 13% didn't like it. And finally, looking at the community poll, 67% liked the show, 24% thought it was just all right, and 9% didn't like it. Now, I'm going to compare this to night one. The night one was a little more on the liked it side. So here's my question to you guys in the chat. If you didn't vote, like say yesterday you voted you liked it, but tonight you voted it was all right or didn't, why? What was different before we take this call? Caller, you're on the air. What did you think of WrestleMania?
Hey Tim, it's Ethan. I thought the main event was actually good because, as you probably heard on the post show, that they were saying that it was not going to be talked about as much as like John Cena's final last match, and because for his heel character, I think the main event was like supposed to be slow and boring for his character because that's not how he normally works matches because he's a heel now.
No, I understand that, and I totally get where you're coming from. John Cena's not going to go out there and have a super exciting match because he doesn't want to do that for the fans. That's the character. That's the gimmick. And Cena did state in the post-show press conference, I do want to say thank you for the call. He did state in the post-show press conference, hey, watch Raw tomorrow and see how I ruin pro wrestling. So, yeah, it worked for the character, but it didn't work as far as being an entertaining match. Like, I get what Ethan was saying there. Yes, it is exactly what it should have been, for the most part, for that new John Cena character. But overall, as a WrestleMania main event, it underdelivered. It was underwhelming. And just Travis Scott coming out, to me, actually kind of made it a little worse. Now, granted, my son cheered when John Cena won the belt. He was like, oh, yeah, John Cena beat Cody. He likes Cody. He really likes John Cena. And he thinks John Cena is even cooler now that he's aligned with Travis Scott. He thinks Travis Scott's a cool guy. He likes Travis Scott's music. So, take this call here. Caller, you're on the air. What'd you think of WrestleMania?
How you doing, Tim?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing good. First of all, I've been a big fan of you for almost 9 years now. I've been watching your content since I was in high school.
Thank
Gotta
you.
say, man, I love your work.
Appreciate that. What'd you think of the show?
So overall, I will say I did have a better time watching Night 2 of Mania rather than last night.
Same.
Nothing wrong with it last night. I felt like, I don't know, just like it felt like a normal episode of Raw or SmackDown, other than the triple threat and the opener.
I could see that. I felt like Night 2 did have more better matches.
Right. No, I definitely agree. And I felt like had the triple threat and opener not been on night 1, it probably would have been like a filler Mania, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah.
So my question is, so considering that Cody lost tonight, when do you think we might see him come back? Because I feel like it might be a little while, maybe before SummerSlam, till he comes back.
So I don't, with John Cena not being like a I'm here every week guy, I don't see Cody taking time off here. Right. Maybe we don't see Cody till SmackDown on Friday. We know again Cena's going to be on Raw Monday, but maybe we don't see Cody till SmackDown on Friday, and then he gives his explanation on what he thinks happened and this, that, and storyline and so forth. I mean, there is a chance maybe we do the rematch at Backlash on, I don't know the exact date, but it's coming up in like 4 weeks in St.
Yeah, I
Louis.
think-
So
I believe, yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
But I don't
Yeah.
think we get Cody's not taking any time away. And it's May 10th. But I don't think Cody's like going to be gone off television. I could be wrong on that, but I don't see it.
Right, because last I heard is that the reports are. I heard a report saying that he's not advertised for tomorrow's Raw.
Right.
So it
but,
had me think.
but at the same time, like, what is advertised for tomorrow's Raw? Just the regular Raw crew. And he's not a quote unquote Raw superstar. So why advertise Cody if you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a good point. You got a
Yeah.
good point.
So
Yeah. All right, thank
you for the call.
Of course.
So yeah, Cody not being advertised for the show. Of course, he's a SmackDown guy, so why advertise a Raw guy? And I'm gonna look something up really fast. Because Cody likes to post his schedule. And I think he posted here's my March schedule. Or April schedule. That's from last year. That's from February. March till Mania. So I don't have a past tonight schedule for Cody. I was trying to see if maybe Cody had put on there if he was going to be on Raw or not. But yeah, Cody's not advertised on WWE's website. John Cena is. Gunther, Rhea, Jay, Lyra, and Liv are all advertised for tomorrow. As far as the Twitch poll does go, 75% like the show, 25% thought it was just all right. But with all of that, I do want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. We do have another call coming in, so let's take that really fast before we wrap things up. Caller, you're on the air. What'd you think of WrestleMania? Hello? And nothing. With that, guys, we're going to wrap everything up. I want to say thank you for joining me here. Have a great night. I'll see you back here tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Have a good one, guys. All right. If you're still watching on Twitch, we're going to send you over to